Hey everyone, this is not the video that I originally planned to do. I wanted to start my series on discard, but that didn't work out, and my update isn't quite the same as I had planned either, but I did promise an update, so I am going to give a quick update. So I'm not gonna go into the whole long story right now. At some point maybe I will, but the short story is that basically I just decided that I want a career change and that sourdough is more of a hobby, a passion of mine. It's not career goals. And so basically that's the whole deal, is that I'm gonna have a career change, and I'm going to be going back to school in August to get my master's. Some of the plans with that are still up in the air because the school that I got accepted into doesn't have the degree plan that I need. So I may have to start some things over again, and I'm not too looking forward to that. But I still want to go through with all of this. It's still going to happen. It just may be a little more complicated than I originally thought. So that is what is in the works for the future and why I'm not going to be selling sourdough. But I did want to go ahead and let you guys know, those who have been following along and are wanting to learn this process of making sourdough and everything, that's still something I'm going to continue doing even after I start school, because I still want to help people with sourdough. I still want people to learn and everything, so I'll still continue to offer that as a resource and everything. And yeah, so if you ever have any questions or anything, let me know. The first part of this is learning about starter and everything like that, so I already put a video about that. And the next thing is going to be working with discard and seeing what all you can do with that as you are gaining strength with your starter so that you can make really good bread. So that's basically what's next as far as the YouTube channel goes. And then I will be prepping for my master's, and I'm also working part-time as a special ed para right now. So just gradually getting to where I need to go. But I also have, I know some of you who've been watching, seen that I wanted to start like a book club as well. I haven't seen a lot of interest in that yet. So if there is anyone who's interested in a book club, let me know. I have really been into reading fantasy and stuff like that lately. We started A Wrinkle in Time with Sydney, so that has been going good. And we are also reading The Last Unicorn right now, so that's also been good. And I got this new book, well, it's not new, but I got this book which is got The Last Unicorn, but it's also got a few other books from that author. Sorry, I'm getting tired. This is a very realistic video right now. So I have that book, and then we've been reading A Wrinkle in Time. I have 2 copies of it. So we have one that we're reading, and this is my collector's edition book, which is actually from the library of the school that I went to, which those of you who know me, you know this was from the school that, if you went to school with me, this is from the same school. And it even has the name of the school stamped in the front. So yeah, I was very excited. I got really into wanting to reread The Wrinkle in Time and own one of the versions that looked like this whenever Stranger Things was going on. So thankfully I landed myself like a pretty cool copy of that. I also have the next 2 books in that series as well, which I'm going to be reading. I'm also reading Wuthering Heights. Let me show you my copy of that. So here's my copy of Wuthering Heights. I love vintage books, so that's my copy of that. And I'm also reading, and and my switching hour, so I'm kind of bad about having too many books going on at one time and not finishing any of them. So yeah, those are what I'm reading. And I'm also probably watching TV more than I should and not reading enough, but I have another audiobook too that I haven't finished yet, so I've got a lot of reading to get caught up on, but basically that's it. Wanted to give my update. Those of you who follow me here on YouTube are probably going to get a lot more life updates than on Facebook. I don't really like Facebook all that much, so I really only use it for posting my sourdough stuff and keeping updated on life stuff, and every now and then I'll post something on there, but I really just don't like Facebook all that much. It's just not my favorite thing in the world, so we'll see how YouTube is. I'm not really sure how it's gonna go. I wanted a place to be able to post resources for people that specifically want to look at what I'm doing, and like sourdough related stuff or anything else that I'm doing that people want to be involved with. So anyway, that's it for today. I know one of the reasons why I wanted to do the book club was because I don't know how many times I've been told that people fall asleep to me talking, and I know I'm not that great of a talker or anything, but there's just something about me just blabbing on for no reason makes people go to sleep. So maybe I'll just talk sometimes about random stuff, and if you just need somebody to listen to go to sleep to, and you can just listen to me blab. Maybe I'll just have like some blab videos kind of like this, where I just talk about random stuff and you can listen to me if you want. Maybe I'll sit in here in my favorite room of the house and show you books and just talk about random TV shows or whatever. So maybe this is the first video of that series of me just randomly talking about life updates and random stuff and books or whatever. Maybe this is my version of a book club, not necessarily like talking about specific chapter and getting into all deep discussion about everything, but just like, hey, here's a cool book I like, look at this cover, look at, you know, talk about where I found the book. Maybe that'll have to be something. Talk about why I like the book so much, get more into it. So anyway, maybe we'll do more of that. So we'll see how many views I get on this one. And I was also thinking about doing like some competitions where I will award people with certain things. So probably start out with, I mean, it might even just depend who's all interested. I thought about like mailing a sourdough loaf, mailing starter, even though I do starter for free, but I could maybe mail it to you with no shipping costs, because I usually would charge shipping costs. I could mail it to you for free. I don't know. I could maybe like do like a game or something where I like go to the thrift store and find like the coolest book I can find, and I mail that to you or something like that. So, but the last book I found at the thrift store, maybe I'll save that for the next time and have a story with that. So anyway, I think that will be it for now. Okay, this video is later on tonight. Excuse the background noise. Family is home. I just want to do an update to the update because I was a little unsure on updating about my career stuff before, because there was some things that were a little bit more up in the air. But now some of that's been cleared up a little bit. Still, some of it's going to be a work in progress, but basically the point is I want to go back to school to become a behavioral analyst. It's basically I just decided that I want to have a career where I can work with kids with autism, and this is one of the ways I can do that. So that's basically what I'm going to do. So the program that I have been accepted in, or the school that I've been accepted into, doesn't have a career path necessarily for becoming a behavioral analyst, so I wasn't sure if I still wanted to go there. But I found out that the degree that I would be getting, I could still become a behavioral analysis with it. I would just have to do some extra steps. And to be honest, it's this, I mean, well, I won't explain all the logistics, but just for my period in life right now, like it's just what makes the most sense to me. So anyway, I didn't really want to say exactly what I was going to be doing until I knew for sure what I was going to be doing, because I didn't know if I was going to have to go to a different school or choose a different career path or what I was going to have to do. So I got everything figured out, at least for now. I'm sure it'll be a continuing figuring out process, but the ultimate goal is that I'll be getting a master's degree in a field that will help me work with kids with autism. So, and I've worked in the education field before, and I really don't want to work primarily with education, so that's kind of why I've been exploring some other career opportunities. So we'll see how it goes, but I just wanted to add that in here and try to get this video out today as promised. So cheers. I'm having bone broth. Originally I did this whole other video in the kitchen and everything, and I was deboning meat and everything like that. It turned out to be like maybe like a 30-minute long video, and I was like, you guys don't want to sit and listen to me that long. And so I decided we're gonna make it a little more cozy and do it in here, and I think I needed that inspiration a little bit more anyway than the kitchen today. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later, and reminder that next week sourdough discard videos start.